Hey there, it's Thursday, May 21st. Yesterday I took a Tylenol PM and I cut it into several pieces, and then last night, because I'm sleeping like 1 or 2 hours, so every few hours I would just take a little bit, and I managed to get like 8 hours, 9, almost 10 hours of sleep. Not the best kind of sleep, of course, with Tylenol PM, but still sleep I really, really desperately needed, so um, it helps me focus a little bit more. So I'm hoping to be able to get some more work done today. Yesterday was kind of a wash. I ended up not sleeping the night before, so I slept through the afternoon yesterday. Had a couple of meetings and just didn't get very much done. I'm in the process of exploring a whole bunch of different options right now. Um, I've had probably 5 different run-ins with the neighbor next door in the last 48 hours. Today I was walking up the stairs with the dog, and of course it was dark on the landing below me. I installed a light over my door, which sheds light over the space in front of the door, but it doesn't reach down. And he was standing there in the dark. Um, for what reason, I have no idea, just staring at me threateningly. Um, Kind of the norm. It was 3 times the day before, which is why I didn't sleep that other night. Yeah, so it's very disappointing because I feel like I'm in the position where I have to consider moving, which doesn't seem fair. The administrator and the owner keep telling me that they're going to evict these people. Last they said after the most recent attack was that they had it all processed, and then that the quarantine shut everything down, and they were supposed to have been evicted on the 1st. The police would come and remove them from the building. Um, I don't believe a word that they say because they've said this so many similar times since last August when their dog attacked my dog. They don't really have much credibility with me. So it's very difficult for me to think about moving. Like I get overwhelmed by the sheer quantity of things that I have. I've always had a lot more flexibility in that sort of sense. And also, I have to consider the residency, like how that's going to be affected, the kind of space that I need in order to run the residency. Will people be coming back? How long will it be before people start traveling again? Which is a really major thing to consider because whatever I do, it's going to cost more than what I have here, and so I'm taking on more expense and risk if I move. So, and I've reached out to a couple of expat services about getting quotes for moving back to the United States as well, because that's also a potential outcome. If the business doesn't recover, I have to really consider all the different options. So at the moment, everything is, as it is, I think, for most of us, just up in the air. And there's no way to tell what's going to happen. So I'm just trying to prepare potential avenues for resolution. And there's a larger part of me that doesn't want to move from this space and give them any. I don't want to move. As an adult, I don't think I've ever lived anywhere for more than 1 year. Um, and I've been in this place for 2 years next month, and so I'm hesitant to move. And even though I have 3 bedroom spaces, I thought it might help if I sleep in another space and I set it up. And I've had difficulty even making that change of just moving. I think obviously it's a result of the quarantines and the sort of uncertainty. It's very easy to make change when things are steady and the environment is steady, and there are consistent things that you can depend on. But right now, that's not even possible. I started reaching out to try to get some meds from the United States because I have about 5 weeks of HIV medicine left, and they extended the quarantine to June 15th, and there's absolutely no indication that that's going to happen by June 15th, that it will end, because all I hear all night long and in the morning before the main traffic starts out here on Bucareli are ambulances constantly, and indications in the funeral home behind me with the semi-freezer truck of bodies waiting for funerals, cremation and such. So I don't expect this to lift anytime soon, so I'm trying to um, keep my mind mentally prepared for that idea that this is this is where we're at, and that I might have to stay right here for longer. Um, and yeah, so there's all that happening, and in the background, I'm curating the show, and the process has been quite slow in the curation, trying to reach out to artists, ask questions about framing and being interviewed and things like that, but also working with the gallery and other jury members has been very slow because we're all under a lot of stress and we're dealing with things right now. So that's kind of where things are. I haven't worked on a piece of art since Monday, and I have to be honest, at the moment I'm not really feeling it. I'm trying to reorient my mind to get to that space where I can create again. And the 3 run-ins on that one day with the neighbor and the continued run-ins with him are stressing me out. So I'm trying to put my mind into a space where I can address that stress because it's affecting everything, and figure out where to position myself. He's not making physical moves on me at the moment. It just seems like he's just trying to be intimidating, and I don't respond to it, but it does have an effect on me. And I need to deal with that, the fear, the potential of that, because I myself, as I expressed to someone yesterday, the hardest part for me is the way that I responded to him in the attack. I know that I was defending myself, but that it's like this energy built up inside of me, and the violence of it and my need to protect myself has activated something inside of me, and I can't seem to stop it's like a virus. It really is. Like the anger inside of me about it is very intense, and so I keep having these nightmares, and I keep protecting myself and murdering him, and I killed the entire family. I killed their dog. And all these things are so upsetting to me that I find myself crying about it, because it's just not who I think of myself as, and the potential of that inside of me is disturbing. And I realize that it's the circumstances, and there's a lot of history of violence in my life, and I think it's all playing out because there's so much stillness. So I'm trying to work through that, and I know that I need to get back into my artwork to continue the process. But like everything right now, it's just there's the ability of my mind to adjust to all the circumstances and maintain my pace, and I'm just trying to be gentle with myself, because even the ideal of this solo exhibition in the fall probably won't happen in the fall, and everything is delayed. So I'm just trying to go with the flow, and I'll be reaching out to more people to have conversations with, because I'm finding, even though it's a video conversation, that having connections with people seems to calm my mind down and allow me to focus on other things. So you might expect a call soon. Sorry, this is a little bit longer than my intended 5 minutes, but there was a lot today, right? Anyway, all right, I'm going to try to get back to work. We have no water again, so I can't shower. I haven't showered in 2 days. We haven't had water in 2 days. We had like a little bit of water yesterday, and these problems with the water and electricity and the neighbor, it's like the universe is pushing me out of this place, and it's very uncomfortable. So yeah, that's where we are today. Thursday, May 21st, 2020, the year the world ended.